Keith and Elaine Dardeen, along with their son Peter, moved to Ena, Illinois for Keith's job as a treatment plant operator at the Rend Lake Water Conservancy District's nearby facility. The couple were also part of the musical ensemble at a small Baptist church in the village. In 1987, Elaine became pregnant with the couple's second child. The pending addition to the family had led Keith and Elaine to strongly consider moving, and they had put the mobile home up for sale. On November 18th, Keith did not report for his shift at the plant, and calls to his house went unanswered all day. His supervisor called his parents, who ended up calling the sheriff's office and requested a wellness check. Inside the trailer, the sheriff and deputies found that Elaine Dardeen had been bound with duct tape and beaten so badly with a baseball bat that she had gone into labor. The killer also killed the newborn. Their son Peter had also been beaten to death. The bodies of Elaine, Peter, and a newborn girl were all tucked into the same bed. The killings had apparently taken place the day before. Keith was the primary suspect at first, but his body was found by hunters in a nearby field the next day. He had been shot and his genitals mutilated. Forensic examination showed he had been killed within an hour of his family. Local police agencies joined forces with the Illinois State Police to investigate the crime. A total of 30 detectives worked full-time, following leads and interviewing 100 people. None of what they found proved fruitful. No one who knew the couple had anything bad to say. A small quantity of marijuana was found in the trailer, but not enough to suggest they were involved in dealing. Police even believed the marijuana might have been inadvertently left behind by the killer or killers. The autopsies found no drugs or alcohol in any of the victims. There was no evidence of forced entry, nothing was missing from the trailer, and there was no evidence of sexual assault. Police also found no evidence of any extramarital affairs involving either Keith or Elaine. The coroner did not believe the Dardeens were randomly chosen. Police allowed the possibility that while the Dardeens were chosen purposely, it may have been a case of mistaken identity by the killer. Eventually, the police exhausted all leads and had to start working other cases. A serial killer in Texas would soon bring himself to the attention of the investigators in Illinois. In 1999, Tommy Lynn Sells, while awaiting trial for murder, began confessing to other murders he had committed while drifting around the country. One was the Dardeen family. The problem was that Sells kept changing his story. First, Sells claimed to have met Keith at a truck stop and was invited to Keith's home for dinner. Sells claimed he was angered when Keith suggested a threesome with Elaine. He said he forced Keith at gunpoint to drive to a field, killed and mutilated him, then returned to the trailer to kill Elaine and Peter because they were witnesses. In another version, Sells said he got off a freight he had hopped near Ina. When he saw the Dardeen trailer with its for sale sign, he saw an opportunity for a killing. He overpowered Keith, made him bind and gag his wife and son with duct tape, and forced him to drive his car to the nearby field at gunpoint, where he shot and mutilated Keith. At the trailer, he said he sexually assaulted Elaine, then beat Peter, Elaine, and the newborn to death. Remember, though, that the coroner found no evidence of sexual assault. To some investigators, Sells' 2014 execution in Texas was justice for the Dardeens as well. He was never charged with their murders, but remained the #1 suspect. Even though his story changed a lot, he knew details of the crime that officials had kept secret. My theory is that Sells got those details from the actual killer while serving time in prison in Texas. What do you think of this cold case? If you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe.